Lawmakers in Congress are considering a potential ban on Russian oil and gas as that country continues its assault on Ukraine. This comes as gas prices nationwide soar. Now President Biden is caught between rising inflation and the call to ban imports of Russian oil. Joining us to talk about this is former Texas GOP Chairman James Dickey and Glenn Smith from Progress, Texas. Glenn Smith, keeping in mind that gas prices were already going up before the Russian invasion, how are Democrats convincing Americans that this is the fault of Vladimir Putin and not the fault of the president?
Well, the president didn't invade a foreign country with his entire army like Putin has invaded the Ukraine. So that's a pretty obvious fact to look at, in fact, impossible to overlook. Because Russian imports of oil and gas to the U.S. are very minimal. You know, the state of Hawaii has already stopped accepting it there. They would refine it there for use, jet fuel primarily. So we're not using that much Russian oil to begin with. I think there's a little bit of worry about sacrificing more of that oil globally and what that might do to drive prices up further, but I think they're working that out. You know, it's a little bit of a non-issue about the Russian oil in the U.S. It's such a small amount of that imported. We're not exporting more. So, I assume they're going to do it because the politicians seem to want to do it, but I don't think it has much effect on our prices or on the war.
James, will American support of these sanctions wane when gas prices hit $5, $6, $7, $8 across the country?
No, because as Glenn said, it's not that we're importing a big percentage of Russian oil. In fact, the biggest increases in U.S. gas prices came before Russia ever invaded Ukraine, and they came completely self-inflicted by intentional decisions of this president. The executive order shutting down the Keystone Pipeline, the decision just a couple of weeks ago to halt completely any new leases of oil and gas on federal lands. Those kinds of decisions to on purpose hurt our supply of oil and gas, and then turning around and sending emissaries to dictators in places like Iran and Venezuela to beg them to pump the oil that we could be pumping cleaner and more safe shows that it's all a bunch of climate change show, and Americans know it's because this president does not have their best interests at heart.
Glenn, take it away.
I don't really. Yes, it's all a conspiracy to destroy the climate and hurt the reputation of America. That's preposterous. Let me tell you, there are 9,000 available oil leases that the oil companies aren't drilling here, number one. The Keystone XL pipeline was to export oil from the U.S., not increase domestic supplies. These are just all really tiki dot talking points from Republicans who are embarrassed that a wartime president doing a great job, and they feel left out because they've been in Putin's pocket for years. So they'd be best just to hold their tongues and let this proceed.
James,
so the 830,000 barrels of oil a day that the Keystone Pipeline would have allowed us to export or allowed us to use in this country wouldn't have had any impact on worldwide oil. Nice try.
It wouldn't be producing now. It wouldn't be producing now, even if it was there. But if it was, it would. Yeah, it would help the global supply, of course. But it wasn't going to help the domestic supply.
Okay.
But that would help domestic price.
Well, I know you two could go on and on about this, but we are out of time for now. So as always, Glenn and James, thank you both very much.
Thanks for having me.